Hi, and welcome to another episode of What Makes You Shine. My name is Steph Lloyd, and as a natural healthcare practitioner and a coach, what makes me shine is to help others find their shine. In this show, I have gathered for you amazing people who do just that. And today I am privileged to speak to the lovely Anne Anderson. Anne is the founder of Chat Cafe Local. It is a project based in Bournemouth. It's all began 6 months ago and grew by 130% in the first 3 months. It now has 14 twice daily chat clubs in 7 towns across doors. I put my teeth back in. However, and then over 2,400 beneficiaries have attended, and 704 people have unlocked themselves from loneliness. So, having experienced loneliness herself, Anne set out to start this amazing project. So, thank you for being on today, and thank you for coming to talk to us, Anne.
Hi, Steph. Hi, everybody.
Hello, Anne. Thank you so much. So tell us this amazing thing that you've put together that's helping so many people already just after 6 months. Tell us a little bit more. What is Chat Cafe?
Chat Cafe Local is a 4 or 5 step program to get people out of loneliness. It begins with someone having a little pin badge, being given a pin badge, a leaflet, or just hearing about Chat Cafe Local. And what we want to do is drop the seed of hope into people's hearts so they know that someone out there cares for them. So we give people a badge. We've got a newsletter that connects the person from the home to the chat clubs in the cafes. And we empower and encourage people to come out. We show them photographs, etc. Some people will tiptoe out. Some people it'll take 6 months to come out, but just the fact that they're thinking about it and thinking about change, they're going from pre-contemplation denial into action. So we have chat clubs. They're every day, Monday to Friday. We've got a doggy chat club on the Saturday. Sometimes it's hosted, but the other days, 5 days a week, the chat clubs are hosted. So as Steph said, we've got 12. We've now got 13. So we have one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and 2 days a week we have 3. So we're in Bournemouth, Poole, Christchurch, Highcliffe, Ferndown, Wimborne, New Milton. We're going to go into Dorchester and Weymouth in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to Verwood next. So we're just spreading this program nationwide. It's volunteer-led. The volunteers all started as members. They've become volunteers. And they just love it. You know, they want to help others do the journey that they've done. And we play Fusty Rusty, which is a chat game to get everybody talking in the chat clubs. That's if we can get a word in edgeways.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have guest well-being speakers. We have mindfulness. We have mental health. We had dementia the other week, citizens advice. We just once a month we'll have a guest speaker at one of the chat clubs. I've been trained to do campaign and prevention against cancer, so I regularly pass that message over. We're writing a book at the moment of poetry and short stories to help people connect and start the conversation about cancer. And probably, this is what I think, loneliness is a massive, massive contributor towards it. Loneliness causes early death, and I believe, this is me, that it probably underpins the NHS, and a lot of illness could be prevented. So that's our chat club program. If people feel happier, more confident, they achieve more, they get their values back, and they start to contribute to society or go on. And in chat clubs, they build subgroups like Christmas clubs, Christmas dinner, walk and talk. Every month we have a day out in nature. So we take people out. It just fills their souls. The memories are just perfect this summer. We've been out 6 times.
Where have you been? Tell us more about those.
We went to Christchurch Quay on the 40 degrees day, but we had shade. And then we went for a ride up the river. If you've never done it, do it in that boat, because you sink down. So you're right next to the swans and the reeds. Up to Muddyford Quay, we went to Boscombe Gardens and we had a teddy bears tea party. Teddy bears have so many secrets. We walked from
Brilliant.
Koi Pond to Bournemouth, but they managed to lose me in the process. And where else did we go? We went to Stampit Marsh and walked around the marsh. For some, that they'd never been on a marsh. We went to Highcliffe Castle and we sat under the trees, and then we walked around the forest and looked at the panoramic scenes. And then we had a day at Wareham Forest, Wareham Town, sorry, I'm lying. We went around the Priory and the Priory Hotel, and it was spectacular. And then 2 weeks ago, we went to Boscombe Pier and we had an afternoon tea party, and people from all 7 towns came. So it was amazing. And I remembered all their names. I'm pretty good at names, even though I've met how many people now? Probably 4,000 in the last, since February. So yeah, so tomorrow, Sunday, we're going to Poole Park, but in a thunder and rainstorm. But I just want to see how many people come out, because I'm trying to get them, whatever weather it is, whether we decide to stay in or whether we decide to go out, because we all know that decision is crucial, because we know loneliness is waiting around the corner. So I could go on forever, but our most exciting project is coming up now. This is just all mind-blowing. We are going to ask residents in nursing homes to put their lipstick on to come to Chat Club. We're going to ask neighbours in our communities to come into the nursing homes and have tea with the residents. And there's quite a little bit of engagement at the moment, but we're going to have massive. So we've contacted 2 nursing home providers, and we're just under 300 nursing homes that we're going to go into and go boom. So the badges circulating, the leaflets going round, the nursing homes are taking on the full responsibility for the chat clubs, obviously because of COVID and safeguarding. And then they're just going to use our logo as an outside in, inside out program. So which is really exciting, but on a nationwide scale, because this is my goal, is to go nationwide and get everybody out and thinking and changing the level of depression. The badges, don't look at the pavement, look up for a badge, look at the sky, see people's smiles. Because if people look around for negative things, they'll find them. They'll find them everywhere.
Oh, yes, they will.
Yeah, so this is really exciting what we're doing now. So we started 22nd of February. 8 months in, I've just counted 2,796 people have been to chat clubs.
Wow, that's
not
amazing.
including the pop-up cafes, because we have chat clubbers who care, we have cafes who care, and we're going to have communities who care. So in the chat cafes who care, they have got a pop-up sign. So if somebody comes in with the badge, they will connect them with other customers, and then they'll keep their community alive that way. And then we want to do a leaflet drop, but not like putting it in everybody's leaflet, everybody's letterbox. What we plan to do is go dog walking and give dog walkers leaflets for their street. In chat clubs, we give everybody 10 leaflets to give to their street. We knock on one door in a street and give 10 leaflets to that street and get the community together that way.
And get everybody to speak. You know, if you're listening to this and you know somebody who could benefit, whether that's a neighbor, a parent, a grandparent, a teenager, and anyone of any age, if anybody would benefit to take, like you said, that first step of going out the door, because it's not easy to take that first step. But once you're part of this community, this group, the second time is easy. It's like, you know, walking into a new classroom when you're a child, isn't it? It takes you back to that, having to do that first step. But once you've done it and know that everybody's going to be there, you know, at the same time every week, and you've got a plan, you've got stuff to do, you've got people that want to see you are there and ready. So that's amazing. And I think, like you said, a benefit to health, because
incredible.
Well, absolutely. Our every bone in our body needs connection. Every cell in our body needs connection. Our cells are a connection.
Yeah.
So we need to be together. We're not even meant to live in separate houses. And it's only since the Industrial Revolution that we are. We used to live in much bigger communities where the whole family lived together. Now we're all separate, and that is the epidemic, I think.
Yeah. And the media is giving you that image of the independent, confident, can do everything. And we're all striving to be that one, just like we used to be the stick thin blonde. And we're going for that. But that even if anybody is like that, they will be so lonely up there because no one else is up there with them. And I just think everybody is one gulp of courage away from being successful, and it takes that one gulp of courage to go out of the house to talk to a new person. And we're all the same. The weather, oh, I'm not going out, I'm going to duvet day. We all take that. We can easily slide. It's so easy to fail and difficult to be successful. And you can go to chat club and it might be the same group of people, but it is quite a transient, so there's lots of different people, but everybody's got a story, and the stories here are amazing, incredible.
Tell
We had
us.
one lady who'd had a stroke. She doesn't mind me saying this. She'd been on the floor for 2 days, in the hospital for 4 weeks, completely out of it. She came out of the hospital, didn't know what to do, where to go. She couldn't speak. She couldn't use a phone. She couldn't text. Nothing was connecting. She came to chat club. And after 5 chat clubs over 2 weeks, she started speaking again. And she came back I saw her the following Monday after 2 weeks. I knew she was going around. And on the Monday I saw her and she was talking. I was just crying my eyes out. Oh, what makes you shine? Crying.
That's what makes you shine. I mean, we can really see that this is making you shine, and it's pouring out of you. And no wonder, because it's really amazing, and the way that is growing so fast
It's
just shows
incredible.
how much this is needed in the community, and how many more people can benefit. So can we go through the list of where you are a little bit slower, and maybe is there somewhere written that we can find the list? So if people want to turn up, is there a day-to-day or how can we find you?
Okay, so on a day-to-day basis, you can go on Chat Cafe Local on Facebook, and you will see the timetable for the chat club program and for the pop-up cafe program. They're 2 separate programs. One is on the blue side is hosted, the yellow is not hosted. You make your own chat club. Or we have a website, it's called chatcafelocal.com. And you can get all the information there. You can sign up, and I'll send out the newsletter to you every month. So we are in Bournemouth, Christchurch, Poole, Highcliffe, Burndown and Wimborne, and New Milton at the moment.
Wonderful. So that's a lot of places people can go down the road and just walk out. And how long is the cafe? How long are you there for?
The chat clubs are 90 minutes, morning and afternoon, and they're all at the same time, 11 o'clock in the morning or 2:30 in the afternoon for 90 minutes.
That's
and the
brilliant.
volunteers waiting and looking at the door all the time. And if you're a bit shy of coming in, just give them a wave through the window. They'll wave back. They're looking for you.
Yeah.
If you're a Marks and Spencer's, that's so busy, but we're in there somewhere. Don't give up. We're always there.
Yeah, and look out for the badges.
And look for the little badges. They're not very visible, but that's discreet, because there's such a flipping stigma and about shame, about loneliness. And it's just like, hang on, we were born alone. Everything we've done on our own, the bravest things that we've ever done on our own, and the biggest rewards we've always done on our own.
And obviously lockdown has made things even harder, because for 2 years, for nearly 2 years, people weren't allowed to go out and live a normal life and do this. So this has become like nearly a habit for people to be on their own. Yeah,
it is a lifestyle. There's so many people that don't even come out of their flat into the corridor because they're being filled with media. That's why we push the newsletter, so people can actually see what it's like, because this is, you know, this is generalization, but usually when people come to us, they look a bit grey, and in a few minutes they start pinkening up and they leave rosy. But you know, that's the transition. You know, we need people to give it a try. Just come out. If you don't like it, it's okay. You've already got out of the house. I'll just pat you on the back for coming out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So tell us what made you want to start this project?
My personal story, I've been lonely a lot of my life. I don't think I'm lonely with myself. A lot of people feel lonely with themselves. I think in relationships, I feel lonely. And in groups, I was terribly lonely. And that's a good way of looking at loneliness, because you can separate the three dynamics. So when you feel lonely, it's not the whole world coming down on you. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's my story. And you know, I've been a single parent for 20 years, and now my kids have left home, so it just happens again. My family live in Australia. It just happens all the time. But this is my story, and you know, my story has made me strong and resilient. And you know, I've found, well, my history tells me that I've overcome everything. You know, I was 52 when I graduated from university, and yeah, I've gone from dark into light. And when I go into dark, on you know, if something happens, I check myself before I wreck myself, and then give myself some positive thinking instead of stinking thinking, and then move on, and then connect with people
and
on the same wavelength. Steph.
Exactly. Connect with people. The minute you go out and you connect and you spend some time, and you realize that not everything is rosy, because you know, also social media, you know, people portray this amazing rosy life when actually people are real people with real stuff going on and real problems and real difficulties. So it's really important to connect, to realize that we're not the only one in this situation, and just have a laugh. Just have a laugh. Or, like, you know, you got amazing speakers as well, you know, so learning new stuff as well. Sometimes they might learn something about their health. Absolutely. Tell us about more people. I love those people of Chat Cafe. They sound amazing.
So our age range is between about 20, and I think we've got a lady that's 93. So our age range, but it's usually about 50 upwards. Yeah, so we've got people from all walks of life with all different stories. When we play the Fusty Rusty, their stories come up and out, and their feelings come up and out. So
can we find out about this game? I'm really intrigued.
This is me. This is my mentality. If you were two pieces of furniture, what would you be and why? Tell me your super glue story. We'll go on a cruise. Where would you like to go and why? Tell me your last cocktail story. Just things that everybody can connect with and join in. Let's talk about school days. So these are the games that we play. That's if we can get a word in edgeways. We do try. So we safeguard everybody that's there, and we safeguard because we've got people that are over 20. People over 20 come with stuff. And we're looking out for things, and for people going home and things not being nice at home. So it is a really safe, empathetic environment. And with shame, it cannot survive empathy. So the grey turns to pink, goes to red. So we've got, everybody's got something. Loneliness, we have people that have cancer, we have people that are carers that have forgotten who they are. They're so entrenched in their situation. We've had amputees, we've had transgender, we've had anorexics, we've had stroke victims, we have recently bereaved. We have my friend, he says, Anne, do you know what you're doing here? And I said, what? He says, you know, all those people that have gone to heaven, they're up there. They're all looking down. And they're smiling because all their people they've left behind are smiling around a table. How incredible is that, eh?
Yeah, I think, you know, the recently bereaved, I think that's a huge step, because it's very hard, you know, if it's a life partner or, you know, or a parent or something like that, it's very, very hard to see where life goes now, you know, what happens. So meeting new people, and like you say, you know, you probably can't get a word in into it, because once they've been once or twice, they're like, oh, it's my catch up time, you know. Yeah. Yeah, shut up, Anne, we're all right.
Yeah. So we do life together, and it's not EastEnders, it's not full of it's people just connecting with a humanness. It's not transactional relationships where you give and I get. It's transformative. People are transforming into the new person, and because it's a new world with a new awkward way of living, and everybody's feeling it, and everybody's suffering from grief of the past, grief of normal. There is a word for it, but I've forgotten it. So we're all healing, telling our stories and healing, and people are making the effort. People, I've done 2 surveys, and 100% of the surveys record that everybody's mental health has improved. People's physical health have improved. People are helping other people. This is a normal way of living.
Yeah, that is a normal way of living, like you said, and lots of people just came to the club and then they've become volunteers and have taken that on as their little project to give back, because that's what life is all about. It's about giving and sharing and being in a community.
2 have become trustees. One of them was on Benefits Britain the other night. She was cooking on it was on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock on 5 Star, and she met a guy in Chat Club, and he taught her how to photograph her food that she cooks. So she's now remodeling her cookbook. She's gone on Benefit Britain, and the pair of them were on Bournemouth Beach on the film. How amazing is that?
That's so great. It's just knowing the right people that can help you move towards something that's
confidence.
Yes,
it's confidence. You push yourself forward. You're like, oh, I might not be here for long. Let's do it.
Yeah, and bring joy and have fun.
Yeah,
and that's what life is all about.
We've had birthday parties. We've had a funeral. Next week we're having a wedding. Not one of our Chat Club 2 Chat Clubbers. It's not a dating club, but one of our volunteers who I found in a very, very lonely situation maybe 8 months ago. And then I invited him to Chat Club, and he came and he volunteered. But his confidence is sky high now. He's gone out and found himself a beautiful bride, and they get married on Thursday.
Yeah! Oh, and that's so amazing. Thank you for this from the whole community. So yes, I hope people will share this and tell everyone. And like you say, you're going to do leaflets, you know, so people can pass them on, because we all know in our street people that could do.
We all know somebody.
We all do, you know, we all do, or we might see them at the supermarket, you know, and even the community shops, like, you know, the post office and places like that. They will probably know the person in their community who could benefit from this, and it's just that one time where you have to take, like you say, a deep breath and take the courage to do that first walk in, and then it's just, you know, then the story will be history.
Yeah.
So is there anything people in the community can do to help as well, like any volunteers that you need, or anything that we can do even if we can't attend Chat Cafe, apart from obviously giving out leaflet and telling everyone about this?
If anybody would like to come along to Chat Club to volunteer, if anybody's got admin skills, I really need a help. If anybody would like to donate and give a little bit of their treasure to help us with the operational costs, that would be amazing. So a bit of unrestricted funding. I'll leave a link with you for that, Steph.
Yes, please.
Just visit the website and become a member. The more members we get, obviously we get more funding to run this operation. It's a small operation. I've been doing it voluntarily for 8 months. So now we've got a little bit of funding in. But if anybody would like to help in Christchurch or Highcliffe to do a big leaflet drop, that's the next thing on the cards. And then in the future, we just want to give everybody happy to chat badges. Happy to chat, happy to chat.
That sounds amazing. That sounds so
Yeah.
great. And I can't wait to hear more about what happens to, the nursing homes and places like that, because that's
amazing.
also amazing. So thank you for putting all this together. I will pop everything in the link underneath on YouTube. If you're listening on a Spotify or anything, go to YouTube and you'll be able to find it. And the website is, again, repeat the website for us, Anne.
Chatcafelocal.com.
That's amazing. So thank you so much for coming on and chatting to me today, Anne.
Thank you, Steph. Thank you for all the work that you're doing and sharing this with the world.
Yeah, I think this is what we can do. This is all part of community, and the internet, although it does separate us, it also brings it out that more people can listen from their home. So, that's the gift of technology. So
connecting,
to use it
instead of just communicating, connecting.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and do tell all the people around you. I know you know somebody, so do take the time to tell them about Chat Cafe Local,
and come along.
And come along, yes.
Come along, have a cup of tea.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you so much for being with us. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.